That was the factor of how bad it was.
Boy, Kate, I am. And today we'll be going to Sioux Falls for the aftermath cleanup. So stay tuned. Right now we're at our first location, which is Starbucks, and due to the Microsoft crash, a lot of people was impacted because they couldn't make a purchase with their credit card. So we had to go to a secondary location, which me and Jack started to debate where to go. And I was like, man, let's go to McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts. He's like, man, McDonald's ain't even a breakfast option for it. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? Like, McDonald's got the pancakes, they got the McGriddles, they got all that. And Dunkin' Donuts got the croissants and the coffee and all that. Like, man, we don't even eat that for real because we African. I'm like, man, if you know you're real African, boy, you gotta get the bread and tea. Or if you're sick, boy, you gotta go with the pepper soup.
We're gonna come back in when we get back to the other location.
Yeah, man, y'all don't know. So with Mickey D.
Yeah, I was just hating on Mickey D's, but their menu to upgrade it.
That's what I'm saying. McDonald's gonna always be a go-to option for me. Look at that menu, looking all juicy and sweet. But anyways, you know me, had to keep it simple. Get the apple pie and then caramel coffee. My boy got the burritos and low. Should eat. Okay, y'all, we're here but not there yet. This is just how the towns looks like after weeks and weeks of cleanup. We're just here to just help with the aftermath in people's homes. But this is just for y'all to see and understand what these people are going through too, you know. Slightly weather change, it started to rain, but nothing too major. As we arrived on the property, the homeowners was already outside gathering the remains of what was left.
We're heading up to the headrest. That car. It ain't look at it, but you'll see how high the mark.
Homeowner shares what was impacted. The black SUV won't be able to recover because of massive water damage.
Flood. Imagine that, bro. All water, bro. Just be thankful for what you have, because a lot of people don't got what you have. You might think that you have a bad life, you have a bad circumstance right now. Appreciate that, you feel me? Appreciate the food, the clothes that's on your back, because a lot of people don't got that. In the house and material from the insides. As you can see, the ground is very, very wet after weeks and weeks has passed. You know what I mean? So it's do gotta remember, in the country, they don't throw away their trash, they burn it. So we're heading to the burn pile. So y'all, we out here by the burned area right now. Burn all this stuff down. Take all this, put it in the thing. Get burning. Aftermath cleanup. As we headed back from the burn pile, Don expressed what the townspeople went through.
See, they built a sandbag wall and used a bulldozer and made made a berm all the way around the town and just took that corn out, pushed that dirt on this side to try and save it. Those above that field.
Yeah, so it really just rolls up. Big membership.
Yeah, that's a garage?
Was. But it keeps eating out over the years. It keeps taking away that bank.
As we headed back, we had conversations on the history of the town, food that people eat out here, and some activities to do. My team is now back in the spot. After will be getting cleaned up. So this is just a little bit how it looks now. With us today is Jeannie. Can you just express on like when was the storm coming? What was some of your thoughts?
Well, it was the river. It wasn't really a storm. It was just the river got so high. We never thought it would come out into the house because we kind of set up a little higher. And then when we seen the old tidal wave coming across the road, we just kind of started throwing everything up as high as we could get it so that we could try to save what we could.
Express on like your number one thing that you were trying to save. What was the importance for you to you?
I was trying to save. I wanted to save everything, you know?
For sure.
3-4 years together, we have a lot of stuff that we accumulated and a lot of things that we take to heart and worked hard for everything that we have, and it's just gone in an instant. It's just it's unreal how fast water can come into your house and take everything from you.
So that's the beginning, the aftermath, because that's when it really everything is really soak in. When you came back and seen like the damage.
Lord. Aftermath, I think I was totally in disbelief on how much water actually reached into the house. Over 14 inches in the house, and everything in there was dirty and gross and stinky and nasty and the whole shabam.
So like express on like your feelings.
Oh, my feelings?
You're like,
total devastation.
For sure.
Total disbelief on how bad it was and how much it takes to clean up from a flood.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of dirt and grime and gross.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was nasty. And the yard still needs lots of work, but that's later.
So for sure, like you had expressed earlier that y'all had already prepared for the flood, but then like they had took y'all out of the zone where y'all be, you know what I mean?
Right. The river's only like, I don't know, 3 miles from here. And 3 years ago, FEMA remapped the flood zone and took us out of a flood zone. So we didn't have to carry flood insurance, which by rights, they really should have never taken us out with the river that close. And since they took us out of a flood zone, we have no flood insurance, and homeowners insurance won't cover anything.
For your neighbors and everything, I don't know if you know what they're going through.
They're going through the same thing.
Speak about them, you know.
Same thing.
Yeah.
All except the guy on the corner up here that sits way up. He got right up to the house, but never got in the house. This one, about the same as us, maybe a little more because he sits a little bit lower. This house over here on the White House, that sits on just a foundation. It sits on a slab of concrete, and the foundation's all cracked. Not any good anymore. He even built a 4-foot levee all the way around his house.
Yeah, your husband was just telling us that.
4-foot levee with plastic and dirt and piled it up, and as soon as I saw the water go over his, I felt so bad. They have a 3-year-old little boy.
How are you managing to like take care of yourself in this one?
Work.
You're like distracting yourself?
Distracting myself, going to work and coming home to whatever needs to be done. He's mainly, my husband's mainly the guru in here. He goes in and I'll like, you need some help?
You need to make some care packages.
For sure. So like, speak on just like the importance of preparation, or just like the importance of alertness.
You don't know how to prepare for it. There's no way.
Sure.
prepared. Nobody sent out
there's
an
like
alarm
no-
or an alert or anything to any of us, letting us know that the water was going to be a lot higher than they anticipated.
How many miles do you think?
The river is?
Yeah.
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Like 3.
Oh, 3? Okay.
Yeah, it's not far.
It
It's
looks
over
so
to
much
the hill.
further. Yeah.
You take, usually each section is usually a mile from like the end of this road here to the
Okay.
end is like a mile.
Yeah.
And then you got to go about another mile that way and another mile that way. So 2 to 3 miles at the most. And there was nothing hardly. I mean, it was just a little normal river. And my friend said, God, it doesn't look bad at all. Maybe you guys won't get anything.
Other people that's going through the same thing, what's some encouragement words that you would want to share with them, you know?
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask for help. I mean, we've had people helping us. We've had, friends and some relatives, but it never hurts to ask even people you don't know to come help, because there's a lot of people that'll help. You don't have to know them to
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for coming out and
Have
helping.
faith in your community, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do have
Right.
humanity,
Right.
like we can have empathy.
Right. And
We
I've
can.
been watching Jolene
Yeah.
on Facebook a lot, and I'm like, man, she's just kicking booty butt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
got
Finally
the
reached
time for
out to
women.
this wonderful lady.
Hi.
Let us know who you are as a person, first off.
Well, I'm Jolene. I'm a mom. I work in human resources, and I'm youth discipleship teacher at Blessed Teresa in Dakota Dunes. And when the flood came in, it landed about 3 blocks behind my property. And on that Monday, I had to sandbag, and it was like 110 degrees that day.
Yeah.
And I was so scared because I didn't know where the water was going to stop. We were very blessed, but everybody around us wasn't. And so I took it upon myself to help those, because I could have been one of the people in the shoes of the countless people in my community that have lost everything. So the least I can do is try to bust down the walls and rip out the floor so they're one step closer to being back in their houses.
Sure.
Thank you.
How do you, one more question. Sorry. How do you keep encouraging people like you who maybe haven't been affected, but really get out in your community and help the people that are affected?
So I take to social media all of the work that I'm doing to try and engage the community and kind of let everybody know this is a community effort. I'm not even from South Dakota area. I live in Iowa, but that doesn't mean because my community's down that I stop there. And so, help your neighbor, because one day you're gonna get that call where you're gonna need the help, and you reciprocate what you put out in the world, right? So you just always want to be a good steward and do for others like God has done for us for our entire lives. So.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Even for inviting me for getting connected to IIT. It was just an amazing experience being here.
Yeah.
We being able to.
Like you allowing us to even come and help
Oh yeah.
just
It's fabulous. I'm glad I reached out to her, because I'm
Yes.
my first thought is, what's it going to cost us when we don't have the money to do it?
Yeah.
We've spent, a lot of money fixing our floor as it was, and it was just gone in an instant. And we don't have the money to replace it, even if it's a sheet at a time. I guess it'll be a sheet at a time until we can get back to normal, which will be a while. But thank you guys. I appreciate you coming and sitting down on my floor and cleaning my cupboards and taking out the floor. It's a hard thing to go through. I mean,
It is, and that is one thing too, that so being in my shoes where my home was saved this time around, right? You see these homeowners, they don't know the first step in putting the pieces of the puzzle back together, or you know what I mean?
where to start?
Yeah, so and when you're going through that tragedy, you're in shock still because you've just lost everything. So you need a person with not going through it to step in and kind of take away that there's no, I don't have any personal, I don't have value to any of these things, so I'm going to help them get through it, because it's going to be challenging.
It's a big help. It really is.
So I very appreciate y'all sharing, especially to let other people know that we're all human, we all go through this, and the embarrassment that to even ask for the help, because you don't want other people that you don't know in your home, or even like, even you don't want to ask for help just because you want to save yourself that embarrassment. But thank you for just sharing all the great encouraging words and all the like the inspirational words you just shared. The people who gonna watch this, they gonna feel it because it's real. You know, it's not put together, no act. You know, because like it's a storm. You feel me? Anybody can get hit by a storm. So it's just like you said, there's no way you can be prepared. There's no way that you can move on top of the mountain. Then it could probably be a tornado or a big wind or like a mudslide. So there's no way. Like, you just gotta believe in God, and like it says in the Bible, like everything's gonna happen for a reason, but we're gonna pull through it together. So
And I
thank
think
y'all.
in saying that, God puts people in your path that you need in your darkest days, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
this is what the unity in the community is all about.
Yes, ma'am. Today we got here with the nice gentleman name. For sure. So Dom, just tell us your side, you know, when this storm came, you know, and tell the people who you are as a person, you know.
Well, I knew we were going to have problems with it. I kept praying it wouldn't get high enough to get into the house, but it did. Now we just got to deal with what we got, and we got to pick and choose. We're going to have to pick and choose what to sacrifice while the water was coming in. We was throwing a lot of stuff away, a lot of good memories. Some of it was just too much stuff we needed to get rid of anyway. So now we're just going to figure out how we can put just enough to get together and live in here and take the next couple of years, just slowly get it back up to where we want to be. But that's the only thing we can do is keep going forward.
How did you feel looking at the
I
aftermath?
felt like somebody kicked me in the stomach because of all the damage to it, and it was worse than I imagined. I thought maybe we'd have a little bit, but when I found out there was 4 foot in the shed, and lawnmowers underneath and all the rest, all the tools and stuff I was losing, just got 2 choices, fight or quit.
What would you like to share with other people, you know, that's going through the same thing?
You gotta just, I'm gonna try one time on this. If it happens again, I'm walking away. I can't do it twice.
Yes, sir.
That's the truth. I'm not gonna do it twice.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'll live
sir.
somewhere up in the hills, whatever, but it's just the way it's gonna be.
It is. Thank you, sir, for your time. So today we got here with us.
Arminta Debke Navarro, aka Army.
So thank you, Army. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am currently a mom of 1, about to be mom of 2. I'm a huge youth justice advocate. And today we came up here to do some flood assistance with the peoples. And I'm the driver. So, yeah.
So like, just express on just being a driver, just like, you know, coming up here, because you know, just taking the time out of your day to come in and, you know, to help other people. How did you feel?
You know, I just love what we do, so it did not bother me at all, even though I got really mad at other drivers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love what we do, so I ain't never gonna complain about it.
So like, I heard you, like you said, you were part of the Youth Justice Council. Can you elaborate on like what committees you're a part of, or just like what you do as a Youth Justice Council member?
Yeah, so I'm a part of the Youth Justice Council, which is a subcommittee of the Juvenile Justice Advisory Council, and I am also newly appointed to the Juvenile Justice Advisory Council as well. And we just go nationwide talking about advocacy and what we're doing in our state, and just do our best to spread the message and get other states to follow our
So, just like before we let you go, what were some things you would like to share with other people, just like to keep their head up?
Don't ever give up, even when you think it gets too hard. It's not hard enough. You're still pushing, you're still kicking. Just keep going.
Thank you. We are the Youth Justice Council, and we provide help and services in different parts of Iowa. Building and connecting communities to resources is one of our priorities.